Taoiseach, we've had two very worrying reports in the last 2 days. Yesterday, the EPA report on our possible failure to meet our emission targets, and today that the Shannon LNG progresses to on board Planola. And these reports highlight fatal flaws in the government's climate policy and the climate bill. Indeed, it's government policy apparently not to support frack gas import, but it refuses to legislate to ban LNGs and says we have to wait for the European Union to take a stand. And in the meantime, powerful fossil fuel interests proceed with their plans in this country. The Green Party, at least, maybe yourself as well, will never be forgiven if LNGs are built in this state when you've had a chance to ban them. The EPA report yesterday also notes that the ludicrous target of 1 million electric vehicles by 2030 will not be met. It's unrealistic and it's not the correct response to the climate crisis. Instead, we need to focus on frequent public transport throughout the country, and it's an absolute fantasy to think that we can meet a million EVs in 9 years, and it is undesirable. Can you please comment?
In terms of the EPA and in terms of frack gas, we're opposed to frack gas. The government has been very, very clear on that, in the importation of frack gas. It's the European legal framework and the law in terms of single markets and competition and so on, that individual member states can take unilateral actions in respect of enterprises. But we've been very clear in terms of our policy towards the LNG facilities, and that remains. I don't necessarily agree with you in terms of electric vehicles. That target was set in previous climate action plans of 1 million, but I think the dramatic impact on air quality of electric vehicles would be enormous. Sometimes we lose sight of the air quality dimension to getting rid of fossil fuels.
Okay, thank you, Taoiseach.
But to me, it's essential, as coming from as former Minister for Health, and the public health.
You won't reach the target, not me. The EPA.
No, but I'm saying no. But you said it wasn't a good idea. You didn't agree with EVs. You said, and you actually said you don't agree with the concept. Is what I took from your comments.
Public transport's the answer.
I agree with public transport as well, but I don't think people are going to stop using cars overnight, or indeed on an ongoing basis. I think electric vehicles are far cleaner, better for one's health, and better for the environment than fossil fuels driven cars.
Thank you, Taoiseach. That concludes Taoiseach's question.